Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video to show you how to change the headphone jack in the Moto G4. First of all, you want to grab the phone, and in the bottom corner right here there's a tab where you can stick your finger in there, open the back cover. Next, to remove the battery, there's a slot right here. You can just stick your thumbnail in there and the battery comes out just like that. Next, you'll want to remove any memory cards or SIM cards that you have in here. I'll include links in the video description below the video for any parts that I'm going to be replacing today or any tools that I'm going to be using today. Anything that I think might be helpful to you, I'll include links in the video description below the video, so check it out there. Next, what you want to do is use a Phillips screwdriver size 1.5 by 4.5. At least that's what this screwdriver is. Another screwdriver that I use is size 000, so they vary in sizes. So depending on which tool set you get, they could vary in size. So either one of those two sizes should work. So you want to take a screwdriver and you want to remove these Phillips screws. There's 15 total in here. If this video was helpful to you so far, I would appreciate if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That would be helpful to me. So now that you've removed all those 15 screws, the only ones you need to keep separate is these two right here. They're shorter than all the rest, but all the others are the same size. So those are the only two you need to keep track of. Now next, I discovered there's actually a screw under this cover right here. It's just a little thin piece of adhesive tape. So you can just slip under there with something and peel it up. And you need to remove that screw right there as well. Next, we can just start somewheres. And this whole piece here should pick right up. So now if your headphone jack is having problems, the only way that you can really replace this is by doing some soldering here, which you have to do very carefully to remove that. But if you don't want to do any soldering, then you'll have to replace this whole motherboard. So I'll link in the video description where you can find this whole motherboard. I'm just going to show how to change out this whole board. Next, where we're going to start is I'm going to use the tweezers. You can use something and just pop up this antenna wire right here. Just unclip that from the board. Next, we're going to use a plastic pry tool or your fingernail. Don't use something metal for this. And we're going to pry up on this connector right here. And carefully pry up on this connector here. And we're going to use the Phillips screwdriver and remove that screw right there. Next, you can pry up carefully on this. Now you want to tip this back, and the reason for that is there's a connector right down in here. So we need to pop this loose. Then the whole board lifts out just like that. Now there's a few things we need to swap over from this board to your new motherboard, and that is the rear camera. So we can just pry up under this connector here. Then the rear camera lifts out. On the front camera, just pry into this connector here and it pops up. Then we have to peel this copper tape loose. And then on this side there's this rubber piece right here that just sits on top of that part, so we need to swap that over. So grab your new board, set this rubber piece down on top of it. Make sure to turn it the right way. There's a hole that's completely round that goes on this side. It matches the rubber. Then we'll flip the board over, grab our front camera, set it down on there. You can snap the connector right in. Go ahead and push down on that copper tape. Make sure it sticks down. Then you can grab your rear camera, set it on there. Reconnect that by gently pressing down. Then you should be all set with things you need to swap over. So next, you want to set your board down. You want to set it up at an angle like this and get this connector reconnected. Then we want to set this down. You want to watch these connectors here and this antenna wire here so they don't interfere. Gently set that down in place. You want to make sure the front camera sits down properly. It likes to catch sometimes there. Then go ahead and put your screw back in right there. Next, let's reconnect this little connector right here. So by pressing down, it should snap right in. Reconnect the big connector right there. It should just snap right in. Then I found that using the tweezers or something little to steady this works the best. Then grab your antenna wire here, nice and square, and it should just snap right on there. Next, we'll just grab this back part here. Set it down on top of the phone. Just press down, make sure it's sitting down. Go ahead and put all your 16 screws back in. So then once you got all your screws back in, remember to put the short ones on here and on here. And grab your piece of tape, set it down on top of that screw right there. Next, put in any SIM cards or memory cards that you have. And then grab your battery, make sure that the contacts are in that corner and in that corner. Just set your battery down in there, press it down. Next, grab your back cover. Set it down on top of there, just snap it in all the way around, and you're all set. Thanks for watching.